Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Banks Braves Volleyball. Tonight, the Braves come in with a record of 2-1. Winners against Riverdale on Tuesday night, 3-0, 25-10, 25-20, 25-19 after falling last Thursday night here at home against Seaside. The Braves football tomorrow night at Tillamook will be there as well. Hope to be with you live for the pregame starting at 6:45. Want to get you the starters first for both teams quickly before we have to temporarily switch over to public address duty. Starting tonight for Neah-Ka-Nie, number 2, Jasmine Jones, a freshman. Number 3, the libero, Hagar Ayala, a senior. Number 4, Kennedy Fletcher, also a senior. Number 5, Bianca Smith, a sophomore. Number 7, Ashley Perez, a junior. Number 11, Ruby Martini, a freshman. And number 17, Caitlin Stinnett, a senior. Non-starters, number 1, Melly Pearson. Number 6, Lorelei Kefauver. Number 9, Elizabeth Reyes Avalos. Number 10, Aspen Burden. And number 13, Jaden Ayers. And number 15, Affinity Parker. Kind of had to switch around a little bit. Had some issues with Neah-Ka-Nie's roster before we got here with a couple of duplicate numbers. Starters tonight for the Braves: number 1, Lauren Jansen, a freshman middle blocker. Number 4, senior outside hitter Jocelyn Janasek. Number 6, McKenna King, a junior right side hitter. Number 11, junior outside hitter Jordan Maller. Number 12, sophomore setter Morgan McCraw. And number 13, junior middle blocker Lily Evie. Neah-Ka-Nie is coached by Jackie Vandekuvering and assisted by Severin Wold. Banks is led by Diana Herb. Again, Banks number 1 in the latest 3A football coaches poll. Again, rankings don't necessarily mean a whole lot prior to league play, but Banks headed to 4A number 3 Tillamook tomorrow night after Tillamook beat up on Marshfield of Coos Bay last Friday at home. Neither Banks or Neah-Ka-Nie ranked in the top 10 as far as 3A volleyball is concerned, but kind of headed in opposite directions. Neah-Ka-Nie won their first 2 matches and then has lost their last 5, including their opener at home to Corbett last on Tuesday night. Again, Corbett will not be playing 3A football this season after having some issues with numbers last season, causing them some health and injury issues. Kennedy now taking the place of Corbett. Corbett now dropping down into 2A for football only in the former Northwest League with Vernonia, Portland Christian, Clatskanie, Gaston, and some of those schools. We're going to go ahead and leave you now for just a moment and take over with public address duties. We'll be back in a couple of minutes or so with the first serve. And we're back, just about set to begin the opening serve of tonight's Coastal Range League 3A volleyball match between the host Banks Braves, located about 25 miles northwest of Portland, and the Neah-Ka-Nie Pirates of Rockaway, located in northern Tillamook County between Tillamook and Seaside. Neah-Ka-Nie's school colors are black, red, and white. The Pirates will be wearing black uniforms, white trim with white numerals on the front and back. Neah-Ka-Nie lettering across the shoulder blades in an arced pattern. Banks will be wearing their home white jerseys, long sleeve tops, navy blue numerals, navy blue fading in from about elbow down to the end of the sleeve, with the Braves Arrowhead logo just below the left shoulder on the front. Navy blue shorts. Neah-Ka-Nie will be wearing black shorts. Libero number 3, Hagar Ayala, will be wearing white shirts, red numeral with black trim, black shorts. And serve just makes it across near side, off the top of the net, dumped over by Maller on the return. Neah-Ka-Nie sets it up on the return. Too much from Jasmine Jones, and the Pirates with the first point of the opening set. Again, the serve from Ayala, much deeper this time. Near side back corner, King. McCraw sets up Maller, diving to the floor. Ayala keeps it off, and Neah-Ka-Nie comes up with the return. McCraw, returned by Maller, dug out by Kaylin Stinnett for the Pirates. Returned by Bianca Smith. Braves, McCraw to Janicek. Stinnett, far back corner, sets it up for Kennedy Fletcher on the return into the back row. Too much, just missing the back row is Kennedy Fletcher. We're tied at 1 early in the first set. McCraw just outside the left low block. Banks to our right on the west end of the court. Neah-Ka-Nie to our left on the east end. And returned off the serve from Janicek, back across, dug out by Jansen, high into the air, Ayala, and it's returned by Bianca Smith for the Pirates. Libero tonight for the Braves, Ava Bogroff, and into the top of the net. Maller comes up short, has kind of a surprised look on her face, and tried to play it off the net, but if it was another teammate, that would have been fine, but that's going to be a hitting error on the Braves, and Neah-Ka-Nie back with the lead at 2-1. And the serve from Bianca Smith. Bogroff misplays it, but Jansen tracks it down. Returned by Janicek, far back corner near the student section. Smith blocked by the Braves, diving to the floor. Nice job by McKenna King, nearly diving to the floor. Blocked again off the return from Kennedy Fletcher for the Pirates. Maller, too much that time for Bianca Smith, and couldn't do anything with it. Again, we're tied at 2. Side out back to the Braves. Janicek will come out. Marissa Herbert, first person in to serve off the first rotation. Serve near side back row to Bianca Smith, returned by Jasmine Jones. Maller, too much, partially blocked, and Neah-Ka-Nie somehow comes up with the return. Herbert, McCraw back sets to King, dumps it over, but Smith positions herself, and Neah-Ka-Nie with the return. McCraw to Maller. Returns it on the second hit, finds a hole in front of a diving Kaylin Stinnett. 3-2 Braves with their first lead early in the match. Still first set, just a few minutes in. JV won their match 2-1. The serve from Herbert, returned by Kennedy Fletcher into the back row. Bogroff near side back corner. And too much that time for Lauren Jansen, and would have gone long, but Neah-Ka-Nie got their fingernails on it, and Banks now with a 4-2 lead has scored the last 3 points. Again, the serve from Herbert between the low blocks, and it's an ace. Bianca Smith, I think, wasn't aware of where that ball was going to land, and looked at her bench as it hit the floor and said, "Oops." 5-2. Braves now on a 4-0 run, but just as I say that, Marissa Herbert finally comes up short into the net, and that's going to be a service error. 5-3. Side out back to the Pirates. Serving number 2, Jasmine Jones, the freshman. We do not have positions for the Neah-Ka-Nie roster. Her serve back row to Bogroff, playing the libero tonight. First time the Braves have used a libero, and it's returned. Stinnett goes center of the court, actually coming up with the kill off the assist from Martini, and they're going to get a touch from Banks. 5-4, back-to-back points for Neah-Ka-Nie, but the Braves still with a 1-point lead. Serve is short, far side back corner low. I shouldn't say short. It went deep into the Braves' side and returned by Stinnett. Dumped over the top. King tracks it down. McCraw, Bogroff out of the back row, aiming for the near back corner and misses just wide and to the near side. And Neah-Ka-Nie answering Banks' run early, ties it at 5. Again, the serve from Jasmine Jones. Bogroff, McCraw sets up Mallory near side. Too much. And she's got the power and she has the aggressiveness, but seems to have some issues getting any downward arc on the ball. And now Neah-Ka-Nie, after Banks went on a 4-0 run, answers to take the lead back at 6-5. Mallory on the return. And we're going to get a double hit on Neah-Ka-Nie as Hagar Ayala had some issues off the return from Banks, and we're tied at 6 for Jordan Maller. Deep serve, our side Stinnett, and coming into her own bench, Neah-Ka-Nie, Kennedy Fletcher able to keep it alive. Pirates able to come up with the return. King off the top of the net. Stinnett had her hand on the net anyway. And Banks regains the lead at 7-6. Again, Maller, just right center of the key, just a step in front of the basketball end line. Stinnett off the return, Maller back row. McCraw keeps it alive, far side to McKenna King, tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. Thought it was tipped. Maybe it hit the far side net stick. It's tied at 7, side out, back to Neah-Ka-Nie. Low serve from Kennedy Fletcher, dug out by the Braves. Returned by Jansen. Martini and Stinnett on the return. The kill attempt would have gone long, but Jordan Maller tried to keep it in play, and it's going to stay with Neah-Ka-Nie, leading now 8-7. Again, the serve from Fletcher, low. Jansen sets up Evie off the assist from McCraw. Returned by Ashley Perez, and finds a hole in the Braves' defense. Neah-Ka-Nie now with a 9-7 lead. Kennedy Fletcher's serve is deep. Maller pops it high into the air. King near side to Evie. Returned by the Braves. Chasing it down towards the net is Bianca Smith. Far side Perez across the net. McCraw near side to Evie again. Too much. And Braves are starting to come apart a little bit here early in the first set. Now trailing 10-7 to a Neah-Ka-Nie team that record-wise is the worst team they've seen so far this season. Again, the serve from Fletcher. McCraw returned by Jansen. Bianca Smith gets it across for Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw sets up Evie. Dumped over. Nice job finding a hole. Nice job to angle it from the center of the court over to the left side as the Pirate defense had shifted over to the opposite side and finds a hole to get the side out. still trailing 10-8. Coming out, Neah-Ka-Nie. And the serve from Shook is an ace. Stinnett can't play it. And diving to the floor, goes underneath the net. Banks with back-to-back points. Now down 10-9. Serve, dug out by Stinnett, returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. Jansen tried to set it up for Evie and let it too far. And it was a lob to Neah-Ka-Nie for the side out. Back up 2 at 11-9. Martini. Just about a step above the left low block, just inside the key. To our left on the east end of the court. Near side, short serve to Janasek. And off the bottom of the net, Stinnett can't pull it back. It goes underneath. Side out back to Banks. Trading points now. Braves still down 1, 11-10. Serve from Jansen. Long jump serve to the libero Ayala. And Ayala and Martini come together. Center of the back row. Tied at 11 as they're not able to communicate and run into each other, unable to come up with the return. Ayala to Stinnett. And again, communication issues for Neah-Ka-Nie. Bianca Smith and Ashley Perez look at each other on the far side of the front row. Banks regaining the lead at 12-11. Jansen steps up from the left side of the key, just outside the box. Stinnett sets up Bianca Smith on the return. Jansen to McCraw. Shook on the return to the libero Ayala. Stinnett on the return for Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw sets up Evie, too much. Near back corner, and Lily Evie doesn't really look like she has a lot of power, but she has a lot of height, and she's able to use that height to create some power. Banks with a 13-11 lead. And jump serve from Jansen. Again, misplayed by Neah-Ka-Nie. It's going to go into their few remaining JV players sitting behind the bench about 2 or 3 rows deep. And we have a timeout, Neah-Ka-Nie. Midway through the first set, it's Banks 14, Neah-Ka-Nie 11. Set number 1 of 3A Coastal Range League Volleyball. We'll be back with more net action when we return after this 30-second break from Jason Bond Remodeling.
Want to give your kitchen or bath a fresh new look? Jason Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They also offer cabinet installation and will do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based in Washington County and will service most Portland area locations. For quality kitchen and bath remodels, call Jason Bond Remodeling at 503-430-0145.
And we're back following the timeout from Neah-Ka-Nie. Banks a 14-11 lead midway through the first set. Lauren Jansen holding serve for the Braves. Long jump serve, dug out by Ayala, the libero. Stinnett punches it to Bianca Smith. Pirates on the return. McCraw back sets it across the net. To Perez, back to Perez, blocked and diving to the floor late. Janasek, 14-12. Neah-Ka-Nie gets a point back to pull within 2. Caitlin Stinnett to serve for Neah-Ka-Nie. Shook, nice job by Jansen to pull it back away from the bleachers. Braves come up with the return. Smith on the return, Jasmine Jones for Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw to Shook back across the net, dug out by Martini. Perez tried to angle it near back corner, misses wide to the near side into the Braves bench, side out back to Banks, 15-12. Ava Bogroff will serve for Banks. Stationary serve to Ayala, far side back corner, dumped over by Jones. And Evie gets a hand on it. Bogroff tries to track it down. Coming all the way up from her far back corner position has libero and nearly rolls over the ball along the near side of the net, 15-13. Banks back to a 2-point lead. Maller to McCraw, returned by Janicek, popped up by Fletcher, returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. Janicek to McCraw, sets up Maller, blocked. Maller gets a hand on it, but Braves unable to track it down. Again, Neah-Ka-Nie within one at 15-14. Ayala, the libero to serve, right between the low blocks. Then stationary serve to Shook. McCraw sets up Maller. And right in the face of Stinnett, gets her hands up to protect her face, but too much from Jordan Maller, and that's the kind of precision and power the Braves need to be successful this season. Back to a 2-point lead at 16-14. McCraw to serve from the Braves. From the left low block. Ayala misplays it into the back wall. 17-14. Banks able to take advantage of some Neah-Ka-Nie errors. Now back up 3, 17-14, nearing the latter stages of the first set. Again, the serve from Morgan McCraw, stationary left low block. And again, hitting errors for Neah-Ka-Nie. Kennedy Fletcher this time into the bleachers on the home section at the south side of the gym. Opposite side from us. We're high above the visitors section where we can have access to power. It's now 18-14. The serve from McCraw to Ayala. This time Fletcher bumps it back across the net. McCraw to King. Blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds though into the Braves bench. Banks up 5, 19-14. I believe that's their largest lead of the match. Again, Morgan McCraw will serve. Bounces the ball a couple of times, a step below the low block. Now steps up to the corner square. Near side, no, it's not Fletcher this time. It's Jasmine Jones, kept alive by Jansen, returned by McCraw. Fletcher dumped over by Jones. Braves play it, but dumped over the net by Jasmine Jones as the Braves had to scramble defensively just to get it across, and they wound up lobbing it back to the other side, and Neah-Ka-Nie back within 4, 19-15, getting the side out. Fletcher. No, it's Bianca Smith to serve for Neah-Ka-Nie. Jansen misplays it, but right to Bogroff. King sets it back across the net, and I think we're going to get a hitting error on the Braves. Back-to-back points for the Pirates, trailing at 19-16 late in the first set. Serve from Smith. Maller to McCraw, far side, back to Maller. Mistimed her jump, caught it on the way down and didn't get enough on it to get it back across the net. 3 in a row for Neah-Ka-Nie. We might have a Banks timeout coming if the Pirates pull within 1 or are able to tie. The serve from Bianca Smith. Near side, misplayed by Jansen. Out of bounds, or not out of bounds, but into the top of the bleachers, about 15, 20 feet to our right. And Neah-Ka-Nie within 1 at 19-18. Bianca Smith. Serve from a step above the left low block, and Brave student section wanted a double hit, and it definitely looked that way. I think they're going to call the first touch maybe a block. But Neah-Ka-Nie has come all the way back, and as we suspected, we do have a Banks timeout late in the first set. It's Neah-Ka-Nie 19 and the Banks Braves 19. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Jim's Market.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back. Neah-Ka-Nie with 5 straight points off the serve of Bianca Smith. Neah-Ka-Nie 2-5, Banks 2-1. Jansen to McCraw, near side to King. And angles it wide, out of bounds, far side. And Neah-Ka-Nie with the lead back late in the first set at 20-19. Again, the serve from Smith. Deep to Bogroff. High into the air. Nice pass to McCraw. Maller sets it across. Neah-Ka-Nie returned by Martini. And Maller comes across to get it far side after Braves nearly hit it into the student section. Returned by Fletcher for Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw pulls it back to Maller off the return. Too much blocked, but McCraw, King, Maller, too much, not enough. Again, mistimed it. 21-19 into the net. Neah-Ka-Nie now by 2 with 7 straight points. Again, the serve from Fletcher. Deep. And Braves wisely this time let it go for a service error. Back within 1 at 21-20. Janasek will come out. Marissa Herbert will serve for the Braves from the just inside the left low block. That moves 1 step to her left and misplayed by the libero Ayala, and we're tied late in the first set at 21. Goes about 2 rows deep into the bleachers, and a Neah-Ka-Nie timeout this time. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more late first set volleyball action.
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
And we're back late first set following Neah-Ka-Nie's timeout. Banks coming back to tie it at 21. Marissa Herbert serving for the lead, and too much that time, just about 3 or 4 inches long, and Neah-Ka-Nie regains the lead at 22-21. Janasek comes back in for Herbert. Jasmine Jones will serve, side serve to Jansen. McCraw back sets King, racing towards the net, and McCraw shaking her head, can't believe herself. Bad pass, and it went right between the 2 players. King came up to make an attempt on it late, but came up short into the net. Again, the serve from Jones. Bogroff, and McCraw able to pull it back off the far side net pole. Martini returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. Bogroff, McCraw sets up Jansen for the kill, and it's 23-22. Braves back within 1 in the side out. They had, OAS had match point in match number 1 in a similar situation, and Banks was able to come back and win the set 26-24 in the third, which was the momentum stealer in a 5-set victory for Banks. That time the serve from the Braves goes long, and it's set point for Neah-Ka-Nie, up 24-22. And we have a timeout, Banks. Key point coming up, set point for the Pirates, leading 24-22 in the first set. We'll take another 30-second break and return after this from Legacy Roofing. Legacy Roofing can save your home from leaks, mold, and other issues related to an older roof, preventing future roof issues, saving you thousands of dollars. They use only the most trusted materials backed by an excellent warranty that is transferred if you ever sell your home. Legacy is tops in their field, earning the GAF Master Elite certification and the Golden Pledge warranty. For more information or to get a free quote, call 503-357-7663 today. And we're back. Neah-Ka-Nie serving for the first set, up 24-22. Kennedy Fletcher, one spot above the left low block, just inside the key, and it's misplayed by Janicek wide to the far side. Neah-Ka-Nie will win the first set 25-22. We'll take a 2-minute break and return with the second set after this from Banks Post.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post. Your local lender, Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, is here to walk you through every step in purchasing your new home. Christy and her team bring trusted knowledge and years of experience to make your home loan financing process an enjoyable one. If you're in the business or have questions about purchasing or refinancing your home, call Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, 503-327-5302, or visit uhm.com/kvanmeter. Union Home Mortgage, official sponsor of the PBR. Union Home Mortgage promises kept. Christy Van Meter is licensed in Oregon 1700271, Washington MLO-1700271, and Arizona 1039867. Union Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahays.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324.
And we're back to start set number 2. Neah-Ka-Nie coming back from a 5-point deficit late in the first set. Banks had a 19-14 lead before Neah-Ka-Nie ended it on an 11-3 run for a 25-22 first set victory. Near side net judge Jeremy Buffton, making sure all the rotations are correct, Braves will start with the serve to open the second set. Morgan McCraw. First serve is misplayed by Stinnett, but Neah-Ka-Nie able to pull it back and return it. Janicek off the side of her hand, misses it wide. Tried to angle it from the near side and did so in excess, and it's going to go wide to the home side. 1-0 Neah-Ka-Nie up in the second set. Serve from Ayala, the libero. Bogroff and Janicek come together, and it's going to go into the bottom of the student section, and the students exaggeratingly all scatter. 2-0 Pirates. Low serve from Ayala. This time Bogroff takes it off the floor cleanly. Returned by the Braves. And Ruby Martini hits it high into the air, but on the return, we're going to have an error from Neah-Ka-Nie. Herbert will come in for the first serve off the rotation. Janicek exits 2-1. Neah-Ka-Nie in the second set. Up 1-0, 25-22. And Herbert's serve misplayed by Ayala, but Stinnett able to return it deep out of the back row. And dumping it over far side is Jasmine Jones for the point. Side out back to Neah-Ka-Nie, leading 3-1. Herbert comes out, Janicek re-enters far back corner. Before we have the serve from Bianca Smith entering the match, Melly Pearson for the Pirates, replacing Martini. Serve from Smith. Misplayed by Jansen. 4-1 Neah-Ka-Nie as it slipped off the tips of her fingers and goes behind her. Serve again from Smith, Bogroff and Janicek. Again, nobody calls it, and Jansen gets to it down around her knees and just has it go straight across, about a foot off the ground, and nothing the Braves can do with it. 5-1, Neah-Ka-Nie. Bogroff this time clean to McCraw. Returned by Jansen, dug out by Fletcher. And Janicek dives, it goes underneath the net. 6-1 Neah-Ka-Nie. And as good as Banks looked on Thursday night against Riverdale, they're falling apart here in the second set. Jansen to Bogroff. Jansen comes center of the court for the return, and this time Pearson comes up short into the net. That will end the run for Neah-Ka-Nie. Side out back to the Braves, trailing 6-2 early in the second. Mallard, long serve coming. Well, good 2 to 3 feet beyond the line. Pearson the return. Janicek to McCraw. Sets up Evie. Back row, Stinnett. Smith to Kennedy Fletcher. Janicek dives late, but can't pull it off the floor. 7-2 Neah-Ka-Nie after a quick side out for the Braves. Lorelei Kefauver now in the match to serve. Tiptoes the left side of the key. McCraw to King. Evie dumps it over, pulled back by Stinnett. Returned but wide to the near side, near the net pole, and 7-3 side out back to Banks. Shook will come in to serve, replacing McKenna King. Serve by Shook is low. I think it may have just barely skipped off the net. Return, but blocked, but coming up short off the return from Kennedy Fletcher, 8-3, another short side out for the Braves. Can't afford to keep trading points. Already down 5 early in the second set. 8-3 Pirates, the serve from Fletcher. Shook high into the air. McCraw comes to get into the back row. Maller sets it across, dug out by Fletcher. Set all the way deep by Pearson near side. McCraw for the Braves. Maller comes halfway up the near side line on the return. Pearson this time sets it up for Stinnett. Too much and Shook. Maller able to track it down. Return by the Braves. Fletcher, Stinnett, Perez dumps it over. Shook to McCraw on the return for Banks. Jansen. Pearson far side to Perez, and we're going to get a hitting error on Neah-Ka-Nie. Banks again back within 4, but can they extend their side out more than 1 point and gather any kind of momentum? Jansen. Jump serve. Ayala, the libero. Pearson sets up Stinnett. Maller into the air. Able to pull it back is McCraw. Shook on the return to Ayala, back row for the Pirates. Dumped over by Stinnett. McCraw to Shook. Near side to Janasek. Sets it over the net. Perez to Ayala. Back to Perez. And I think we're going to get a double hit. Perez and Ayala and Smith came together in the back row. Banks within 3 at 8-5. Again, the serve from Oren Jansen. Dug out by Ayala. Pearson far side to Perez. Off the top of the net, blocked by Evie to McCraw. Returned by Maller. Skips off the net, dug out by... both teams all over the floor trying to keep this point alive. Maller dives to the floor on the return. Stinnett over the top and gets it past Janasek, able to get a hand on it, but it goes back near the wall to the west end. Neah-Ka-Nie back to a 4-point lead at 9-5. Melly Pearson will serve from between the blocks. Now moves a good step to her right, or to her left, our right. Return by Shook. And right in the face of Pearson. Dove for it late. Now the ball skip off the floor and then hit her in the face. She comes up okay. 9-6. Evie will come out for the Braves. Bogroff will serve. The serve from Bogroff is deep. And Ayala and Martini nearly went after it, but I think Ayala told Martini to lay off, and then they smile at each other as it goes about 6 inches long. 10-6 Neah-Ka-Nie. Caitlin Stinnett to serve, a step inside the left low block. Short serve to Maller. McCraw back to Maller near side, off the top of the net. And nice job by the Pirates to keep it alive as it nearly goes into their own bench near side. Smith, far side to Perez. Blocked by Maller, and it goes under the net off the attempt from Perez. 10-7 back to the Braves. King will come in for Shook. The serve from McCraw. Returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw keeps it alive. Back across the net from Jansen. Jones on the return for the Pirates. McCraw to King. Sets up Maller center of the front row off the top of the net. Diving late is Martini. Comes up short. Again, Banks within 2. 3 straight, now trailing 10-8. Serve from McCraw again. And after being misplayed by Stinnett, Pirates get it across. Deep. Jansen to McCraw. Bogroff on the return. Martini far back corner. There's Stinnett far back corner. Return short off the top of the net by Neah-Ka-Nie. Maller. Janasek dumps it over. Perez sets up Smith. And we're going to get a hitting error on Neah-Ka-Nie. Braves now trail only by 1, 10-9. on a 6-2 run. The serve from McCraw. Stinnett high into the air behind her to Ayala, returned by Smith. Boggroff for the Braves, far back corner. McCraw comes to get it late, returned by Janasek. Stinnett, far side back row, returned by Perez near side. McCraw to King, sets up Mallard, dumps it over. Dug out by the Pirates, battle at the net. Mallard pulls it back. After the block, McCraw back to Mallard, to Perez, far side for the Pirates. Set far side by Martini, and slid underneath the net, but able to hold herself apparently. May have tweaked an ankle, but the point and the side out will go back to Neah-Ka-Nie. Braves making a run, but still trailing by 2, 11-9. The serve from Ayala. Dug out by Janasek. McCraw far side to Mallard. Blocked. And we're going to get a hitting error on the Braves. Off the block. 12-9, Neah-Ka-Nie. Stretching the lead back to 3 at 12-9. Ayala. Timeout Banks. No. Timeout Neah-Ka-Nie after increasing their lead to 3. We'll take a 30-second break. Want to get you that Main Street Pizza ad once again. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street Pizza.
And we're back following a Neah-Ka-Nie timeout, which I think there was some sort of injury to Ruby Martini. That was the reason for the timeout. She tweaked an ankle trying to keep a ball back from going underneath the net. That eventually was a Neah-Ka-Nie point after a Braves hitting error. Ayala will serve for the Pirates, up 12-9. I think she stopped her momentum, and her ankle did not pull her into the bottom of the net. And Neah-Ka-Nie off the serve. Braves unable to come up with the return, now leading 13-9. This time the serve from Ayala is long as they all in unison shout out. I think that last serve from Ayala was wide, and Braves didn't communicate and tried to play it. 13-10, Pirates by 3 in the second set. Serve from Herbert to Stinnett, coming to get it. Bianca Smith, returned by Fletcher. Jansen to McCraw. Boggroff, far back corner to Stinnett. Pearson, late on the return is Jasmine Jones, but the hitting error on Neah-Ka-Nie. Banks back within 2 at 13-11. Serve from Herbert for the Braves. Stinnett from a knee, able to pull it off the floor. Returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw comes near side to Jansen, and it bounces in front of Ayala and Stinnett. Stinnett points at her chest and says, "That's my bad." Braves back within 1 at 13-12. Again, Herbert serve is low to Stinnett. Smith returned by Jones for the Pirates. McCraw sets up Jansen. Stinnett, far back corner, returned by Fletcher for Neah-Ka-Nie. Mallard again has timed her jump. 14-12, back to Neah-Ka-Nie with a 2-point lead. Janasek re-enters for Herbert. Bianca Smith straddles the left side of the key between the left low block and the position above. Mallard takes it away from a teammate, and I think was just trying to get out of the way and somehow gets the return, finds a hole in the Neah-Ka-Nie defense. Banks back within one at 14-13 off her return from the far side. Maller again, a deep serve. Far side's to net. Fletcher, turned by Pearson for the Pirates. McCraw back sets to King over the top. Ayala, but gets it to teammate. Great battle at the net. Fletcher on the return for Neah-Ka-Nie. McCraw to Maller, far side. Able to pull it back is Bianca Smith. King off the return, sets up Maller. Dumped over. Smith, returned by Neah-Ka-Nie. Maller to McCraw. Near side this time to Jansen. And diving late, trying to keep it off the floor, is Kennedy Fletcher, tied at 14. And definitely hope Ruby Martini is okay. They have brought out some ice for her left ankle. Ayala can't get it to Melly Pearson cleanly. She goes down around her ankle to try to get a hand on it, but can't do anything else with it. And Banks regains the lead, 15-14, midway through the second set, trailing 1-0, 22-25. The serve from Maller, short. Side out back to the Pirates, tied at 15. Re-entering for Neah-Ka-Nie, number 6, Lorelei Kefauver. Coming out for the Pirates, Jasmine Jones. Short serve is an ace. McCraw can't get on it cleanly, and it goes into the bottom row of bleachers on the home section. Neah-Ka-Nie back with the lead at 16-15. The serve again from Kefauver. This time to Janasek. King, battle at the net. Pulled back by the Braves again. Ball contorting and twisting off the top. Maller, oh, nice job by McCraw to get a hand on it, dumped over by King. Stinnett sets up Kennedy Fletcher, but she comes up short into the net. And we keep trading points, tied midway through the second set. Now Banks getting the point to even it at 16. Shook to serve after McKenna King will come out. Shook serve near side to Fletcher, back set to Pearson across the net. McCraw sets up Jansen, but it's going to be long. Braves calling for a touch, but they're not going to get it. The lead goes back to Neah-Ka-Nie, 17-16. Serve from Fletcher to Shook. McCraw out of the back row. Maller, too long. And Neah-Ka-Nie now with a 2-point lead late in the first set, late in the second set, 18-16. Already up 1-0. Again, the serve from Fletcher. Maller to McCraw. Sets up Evie, blocked but just out of bounds near side off the attempt from Stinnett. 18-17, Braves back within one. Jansen to serve. Again, tiptoes the key, outside of the key with her left foot, sliding into the bottom of the bleachers. Bianca Smith, and we're tied at 18 as Neah-Ka-Nie is unable to keep it in play. Serve from Jansen. Smith, or Kefauver digs it out for the return. McCraw sets it across. Perez ready for it. Again, Neah-Ka-Nie on the return. Evie, this time Janasek on the return, comes over to the front, middle of the front row, blocked by Evie, and Melly Pearson along with Smith unable to get there in time. 19-18, back and forth. Neah-Ka-Nie had a 2-point lead a moment ago. We've been tied a couple of points, and now Banks with the lead back at 19-18. The serve from Jansen. Pearson to Stinnett. Has to go off the side of her hand, but I think that may have been designed as it comes up short. Braves were expecting a kill and tied at 19. The serve from Pearson. Far side to Jansen. McCraw dumped over by Janasek. Perez gets it back, sets it across to Janasek. Near side, McCraw. Returned by Shook. Pearson. Smith sets up Stinnett, blocked. And Shook dives late in front of the bottom row bleachers near the special needs seating area and comes up one. Braves now trailing 20-19. Pearson. Maller comes up and set over by McCraw. Neah-Ka-Nie recovers defensively. Maller to McCraw. Near side to Janasek. Angled far back corner to Kefauver. Returned by Perez. Maller out of the back row to McCraw far side. Returned by Jansen. Wide to the near side in front of the Neah-Ka-Nie bench. 21-19. Timeout Banks. Leading late in the second set. Neah-Ka-Nie getting some late momentum, getting the lead back to 2 after we had a pretty good late second half of the match. Tied a couple of occasions on several points. Now Neah-Ka-Nie 21, Banks 19. We'll take a 30-second break and return after this from Scoggins Creek Coffee. Whether it's a steaming hot old-fashioned cup of joe or hot chocolate on a cold winter day. And we're back 21-19. Banks with a 2-point deficit late in the second set, already down 1-0. We'll get you that Scoggins Creek Coffee next time we go to break. And Shook comes up short into the net, 22-19, Neah-Ka-Nie. Pearson. Right side of the key. Shook to McCraw. Returns it on the set. Stinnett digs it, dumps it over. Maller dives to the floor to keep it alive. Returned by Evie. Kefauver returned by Bianca Smith and unable to pull it back off the net. Too far by Jansen. McCraw can't pull it back. 23-19 Neah-Ka-Nie. We have another timeout, Banks. Late in the second set, still Banks 20 trailing Neah-Ka-Nie. Pirates 23, Braves 19. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Ice cold Italian soda or iced coffee on a hot summer day. Anytime is a great time to stop by Scoggins Creek Coffee. With 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton, their warm and friendly baristas will get you the delicious drink of your choice. Scoggins Creek Coffee, call 503-985-3483, 503-985-3483. And we're back 23-19, Neah-Ka-Nie in the second set. The serve from Pearson, Janasek to McCraw, back to Janasek. Perez. Pearson back to Perez, far side. Maller high into the air out of the back row. McCraw, Janasek again on the return. Perez. Pearson this time comes to Smith. Back row to Jansen. McCraw far side. Shook and just skips off the net. Smith set back across by Pearson to Maller. Back row near side. McCraw. Janasek dumps it over. Perez. Returned by Stinnett. Maller hits it high into the air, into the back, near the back wall. 24-19. Set point for Neah-Ka-Nie, up 24-19. Pearson again to serve right side of the key for Neah-Ka-Nie. Shook. McCraw, Janicek able to dump it over. Stinnett, and just wide in front of the student section. Side out back to Banks, but still trailing 24-20. Set point for Neah-Ka-Nie, already up 1-0, 25-22. Evie will come out. Bogroff will serve. Short, that's the second set. Banks now trailing 2-0, 22-25, 20-25. We'll take a 2-minute break and see if maybe hopefully Banks can get it back to at least a fourth set. They trailed 2-0 in the opener against OES and were able to gain some momentum late in the third and come away with a 5-set victory. Hopefully that's the case tonight, already down 2-0. We'll be back in 2 minutes after this from Specialty Screen Printing.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
There's a new premier fiber internet provider in Vernonia featuring friendly and helpful customer service. Sign up with Gorge Networks today for symmetrical speed fiber internet, 300 meg or 1 gig speeds with managed Wi-Fi included in the low monthly price. No contracts or price increases. Refer a friend and get a free month of service. Make the switch to Gorge Networks today. Call 541-436-0223. You can also email us at sales@gorge.net.
At Wana Credit Union, every individual is unique, with different needs, different wants, and different goals. This is who we are. And we live here. Our families live here. Our friends live here. This is our home. Because to us, you're not a number. You're an individual. Wana Credit Union. Individuals welcome.
In Likeness of You offers caricatures, face painting, temporary tattoos, indoor and outdoor games, arcade games, and even costume hero birthday events. Since 2013, they've even held corporate events for some of the biggest companies in the world. For more information or to book your next party, go to inlikenessofyou.com, thebash.com, or call 503-858-0164. That's 503-858-0164.
And we're back. Neah-Ka-Nie up 2-0, 25-22, 25-20. Pirates with the first serve, and we're going to get a hitting error, 4 hits on the Braves. First point of the third set goes to the Pirates. Ayala to continue her serve to start the third set. King misplays it a couple rows deep into the student section. 2-0. Ayala just left to the center between the blocks. Maybe a step above, and mistimes her contact that time, but Neah-Ka-Nie with all the momentum, despite having a record of just 2-5, the Braves 2-1, but Pirates with a 2-0 lead, leading 2-1 in the third set. The serve from McCraw. Ayala late to Smith, returned by Jones. McCraw misplays it. Janicek, incredible job to keep it, get it across from deep near the service line. Returned by Jansen, dug off the floor by Ayala. Stinnett to Jones, back across for the Pirates. Ballgroff. McCraw sets it up for Mallard, blocked. And coming up with the point, Jasmine Jones, 3-1, Neah-Ka-Nie in the third set. Serve from Bianca Smith. Ballgroff, center of the back row again. It's going to land right at the base of the bleachers in front of the student section. 4-1, Neah-Ka-Nie. Can't, especially in the late and what could be the final set, cannot afford to keep allowing Neah-Ka-Nie to gain momentum early with unforced errors. Ballgroff to McCraw, near side to King. Fletcher gets it back from Smith. Blocked high into the air, Ballgroff to McCraw. Back row to Jansen, returns it wide. 6-5-1, Neah-Ka-Nie. Again, the serve from Smith. McCraw. Near side comes to King, and misplayed by Kennedy Fletcher. This time it will go near the southeast entrance to the gym. 5-2. Still in favor of the Pirates. Herbert will serve. Janicek goes out. Between the blocks, her serve. Ayala able to pull it back. Smith, and not really able to get it to anybody, trying to avoid one of her coaches when she made contact, and it's going to stay with the Braves on the side out. 5-3. No side out, actually. And Pearson dumps it over, but Braves able to come up with the late return. King sets up McCraw, back to King, near side. Stinnett to Smith. Sets up Jones, blocked, and it's going to go long off the attempt, I believe, from McKenna King. 6-3, Neah-Ka-Nie. Lorelei Kefauver. Just inside the left side of the key. Her serve is returned by the Braves. Pearson, Stinnett, blocked by Mallard to McCraw. Returned by Jansen. Fletcher to Stinnett on the return. Ballgroff and Herbert nearly collide, but Braves get the return. Ballgroff. And we're going to get a hitting error on the Braves. 7-3, Neah-Ka-Nie. Again, the serve from Kefauver, low. Jansen to McCraw, and again, communication issues. This time they both called it, and Herbert, the one to try to make contact, trying to avoid Ballgroff, who didn't back off, and 8-3, Neah-Ka-Nie, after Herbert's attempt is a swing and a miss. Ballgroff to McCraw, near side, sets up Jansen. Braves thought they had won the point, but Neah-Ka-Nie able to pull it off the floor. King diving to the floor on the return is Fletcher. McCraw. Herbert out of the back row. Pearson sets up Stinnett. Too much that time. Nails what we call the old hinder in 6th grade handball, the lower corner edge between the wall and the floor. And way along, and it's 8-4. Braves still trailing by 4. Mallard to serve from just inside the basketball end line, and it's misplayed by Neah-Ka-Nie. Back-to-back points from the Braves. Now down to 8-5 in the third set. Again, the serve from Jordan Maller. Coming up to get it is Smith. Pearson sets it up for Fletcher. Maller to McCraw. Returned by Jansen. Diving late is Ayala, the libero, but unable to get there in time. Banks 8-6, and we may have a Neah-Ka-Nie timeout coming if Banks is able to come back and tie or take the lead. Again, the serve from Jordan Maller, deep to Smith. Pearson sets up Fletcher, popped into the air. Oh, Janicek, McCraw actually diving into the bottom of the bleachers, gets a hand on it, but can't pull it back in play. 9-6 Pirates. Ayala will exit. The serve this time from Fletcher. Dug out by Herbert and return. Smith sets it to Pearson. It's played by the Braves. King into the net, and Braves can't get back over there in time. 10-6 Neah-Ka-Nie, back to a 4-point lead. Again, the serve from Fletcher, low. McCraw and Maller nearly somersaults into the bleachers. An ace from Fletcher, 11-6 Neah-Ka-Nie. Fletcher's serve. Herbert misplays it. Maller sliding into the bottom row of steps. Another Braves timeout. 12-6 after they had pulled within 2. Just unable to do anything off the serve. And Neah-Ka-Nie with a 6-point lead will take a 30-second break and return after this from Westside Mobile Media.
Westside Mobile Media is home to Westside's greatest hits. Great top 40 hits from the 70s to today with artists like the Bee Gees, Madonna, Billy Joel, Cyndi Lauper, Whitney Houston, Elton John, NSYNC, Jennifer Lopez, Imagine Dragons, Adele, and more. Local news, sports, and weather updates for Portland's Westside and live broadcasts of Banks High School athletics. Check us out at westsidesgreatesthits.com for advertising opportunities. Email westsidemobilemedia@gmail.com or call 971-330-8122.
And we're back. Banks trailing 12-6. Already down 2-0, 22-25, 20-25, and another ace from Fletcher, 13-6. Again, the serve from Fletcher. Jansen to Herbert, returned by King. At least they able to get a return off the serve. Perez far side, blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds off the block attempt from King. 14-6 Neah-Ka-Nie. Fletcher serve low. Herbert to King. Near side to Evie. Dumps it over. Finally getting the side out as it lands near side between Stinnett and Smith. The Braves still trailing by a touchdown in the wrong sport to trail by that many. A whole lot more than just one score, and it's middle of the third set, down 2-0. 14-7. Shook comes up well short. Barely gets it to the bottom of the net. 15-7 back to Neah-Ka-Nie. The side out back to Neah-Ka-Nie. The serve from Pearson is short, but dug out and returned for the point for the Braves. It was either Evie or McCraw. 15-8, side out back to Banks, but again, cannot afford to keep trading scores. Jansen will serve as Herbert will sit. Jump serve from Jansen is an ace, 15-9. Jump serve from Jansen. Ayala misplays it, but right to Smith. Returned by Perez. Maller to McCraw. Sets it for Janasek near side. Dumps it over. Two players come together, and Stinnett has it come to her, and she returns it short into the top of the net. 15-10. 3 straight for the Braves, but still trailing by 5. Midway through the third set. The serve from Jansen. Returned by Smith. Maller near back corner. McCraw tracks it down near side to Janasek. Diving to the floor is Kefauver. Returned by Janasek again. Off the heel of her wrist. Returned by Stinnett. Dumped over. Finds the hole near side. In front of a diving Jordan Maller. Back to a 6-point lead for Neah-Ka-Nie. 16-10. Re-entering the game for the Pirates. Jasmine Jones replacing Kefauver. Stinnett will serve. Just left center of the key. Short serve. And diving late is Shook. And 17-10. Braves running out of gas. Winding down the third set. Number 17 serving with 17. For Neah-Ka-Nie comes up short that time. 17-11. Back to the Braves trailing by 6. Evie comes out. Bogrov comes in to serve. Ava Bogrov, back row to Pearson. Smith sets up Jones near side. To a knee comes Bogrov. Herbert, Bogrov on the return. Perez, far side. Gets it back from Pearson. Over the top of the block attempt from the Braves. Wide, 17-12. Again, within 5, but running out of time. Down 2-0 and trailing in the third set. Bogrov's attempt to Ayala, far back corner. Smith to Jones, across for Neah-Ka-Nie. Jansen, and nice job by McCraw to set it across, finding a hole about 2/3 of the way up the near side. And it's 17-13. Bogrov serve Ayala. Smith to Perez near side. Jansen, McCraw sets it for Janasek. Stinnett and Ayala come together, but able to get it to Pearson. Perez stumbles as she makes contact with the ball, and we're going to have a timeout. Neah-Ka-Nie. Braves within 3. They need to keep the momentum with the side out and try to at least pull back within 1 before they give it back, and at least try to keep things close towards the end to try to hopefully at least steal a 4th set and see if maybe they can win it in 5 like they did in the opener. 17-14, Neah-Ka-Nie in the third. Banks down 2-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Oregon National Guard.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And we're back. The serve from the Braves is returned by Perez. Shook, far back corner. McCraw. Returned by Jansen. Miss Stinnett. Back row far side. Returned by Perez. Shook. Pulls it back off the line to McCraw. Gets it back far side. The return to Ayala back row. Pearson sets it over. Braves able to come up with the return. Perez gets it back from Pearson. This time, Bogrov and Janasek. 3 Braves players nearly trip over each other. And Bogrov, who sat out most of last season with an injury, a little slow to get up. 18-14. Neah-Ka-Nie back with the side out. And a 4-point lead, and Ayala, the libero, to serve. Left-handed side serve. Tosses the ball into the air to Shook, misplays it, but right to Janasek, gets it back. and returns a wide. 19-14. Banks won the 4A state title over Sisters, our opening season broadcasting Banks Athletics back in 2015, but a long way removed from that team. Misplayed by Maller. Shook and misplayed by McCraw long. 20-14. A lot of Division I caliber athletes and even one Division I athlete that could have played not only softball but volleyball at the next level. McKenna Partain, who's going to go down as one of the best Big Ten softball players of all time. Started all 4 years for a Women's College World Series softball team at shortstop. Late in the third set, now Neah-Ka-Nie 21, Banks 14. Again, Banks trailing by a touchdown in the wrong sport to do it in, down 2-0.
Want to give your kitchen or bath a fresh new look? Jason Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They also offer cabinet installation and will do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based in Washington County and will service most Portland area locations. For quality kitchen and bath remodels, call Jason Bond Remodeling at 503-430-0145.
And we're back following Neah-Ka-Nie's timeout. McCraw to Janasek. Returned by Jones, dug out by Shook. McCraw back to Shook far side out of the back row. Pearson. Fletcher too long. And Jansen got to be careful. Nearly made contact, but it goes long. Side out will go back to the Braves, trailing 21-15 in the third. Shook will come out. McCraw to serve. King, Maller, and Janasek across the front row. Short serve to Ayala. Or low serve, I should say. Fletcher, this time long again. 21-16. Back-to-back points for the Braves. Still trailing by 5. McCraw the serve to Ayala. Near side back row, returned by Jones. Bogroff to Maller, sets up Janasek, dumps it over, and gets the third point in a row to pull within 4 as Fletcher dives late, 21-17. Can't get underneath it in time. Again, the serve from McCraw, and Ayala plays it late. It's an ace for Morgan McCraw. Braves again within 3 and another Neah-Ka-Nie time out. Banks trailing 2-0 within 3, 21-18 late in the third. Can they find enough momentum to send it to a fourth set? We'll find out when we return.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
21-18, Banks within 3, 4 straight points, leading to a Neah-Ka-Nie timeout as we come back from the break. McCraw to serve just outside the key, left low block. Stinnett to Fletcher, returned by Pearson. Maller to King. Maller skips it across the net off the set return. Jasmine Jones to McCraw. Returned again by Maller, set across the net. Battle at the net, won by McKenna King against Fletcher, 21-19. 5 straight for Banks. McCraw. McCraw served low, but to Ayala. Smith sets up Fletcher far side. Back row to Jansen. Janasek on the return. Ayala digs it out. Pearson sets it across. Janasek. McCraw back sets to McKenna King. And just about an inch or two long, 22-19. Set out back to Neah-Ka-Nie late in the third. The serve from Bianca Smith for the Pirates. Maller pops it up. McCraw comes to get it. King blocked into the net. Braves get the side out back. 22-20 in the third. They have not been able to get past 22 in this match. Janasek will come out. Herbert to serve. Takes a deep breath. Tosses it high into the air. And it's played by Neah-Ka-Nie, but able to come up with the return and punch it into the back row. And it's going to go back to Neah-Ka-Nie, 23-20. Kefauver. Her turn behind the service line. Tosses it into the air. Bogroff. McCraw sets it up for Maller. Stinnett able to play it off the net. It's going to go short off the return from Pearson. And not sure if she was mad at herself or may have hurt her ankle, came up hopping like maybe she sprained an ankle, just mad at herself. Maller the serve this time for the Braves. 23-21, Banks trails. Stinnett. Far side, returned by Fletcher, and Herbert pops it into the air. Can't get out of the way in time. Match point for Neah-Ka-Nie, 24-21. Janasek will come in for Banks, replacing Herbert. Well, when the Braves won their opener, they were able to come back from match point in that one as well and win the third set, 26-24, eventually for a 5-set victory. Janasek to King. Maller's return well short, and that's the match. Neah-Ka-Nie with a 3-set sweep of Banks, 25-22, 25-20, 25-21 is your final score. Neah-Ka-Nie improves to 1-1 and 1-1 in Coastal Range League play, 3-5 overall. Banks drops to 1-1 in league play and 2-2 overall. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night at Tillamook in what should be a dandy. 3A number 1 Banks at 4A number 3 Tillamook. The Mooks that defend the 2022 runners-up, losing to Estacada. Banks beat Tillamook last year at Valley Catholic in what was set to be a home game for Banks. Last year's victory, 20-12. Should be a great contest. Hope to have you join us for that one. We'll be on the air live, 6:30, 6:45, somewhere in there for pregame, Lord willing. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast, although not the outcome I know many were hoping for. Neah-Ka-Nie with a 3-set sweep, 25-22, 25-20, 25-21. I'm Trevor Beard, voice of the Braves. Hope to have you with us tomorrow night for Banks football. Good night and God bless.